channel. Hope everybody's having a good day. It's August 4th, right? No, sorry, March 4th. March 4th or March 5th. I really don't know. And it's 11:58 a.m. I'm back with a message. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. I am here with a message from the Most High to deliver messages from the Divine Feminine energy. And I was guided to read, oh my God, where is it? Sorry. I just read it and I lost the page. I think it was John 20. Oh yeah, I got it. Sorry. John 20. Jesus appears to Mary Magdalene, but Mary stood weeping outside the tomb. And as she wept, she stooped to look into the tomb. And she saw two angels in white, sitting where the body of Jesus had lain, one at the end of the head and one at the feet. They said to her, "Woman, why are you weeping?" She said to them, "They have taken away my Lord, and I do not know where they have laid him." Having said this, she turned around and saw Jesus standing, but she did not know that it was Jesus. Jesus said to her, "Woman, why are you weeping? Whom are you seeking?" Supposing him to be the gardener. And she said to him, "Sir, if you have carried him away, tell me where you have laid him, and I will take him away." Jesus said to Mary. She turned and said to him in the Aramaic, "Rabboni," which means teacher. Jesus says to her, "Do not cling to me, for I have not yet ascended to the Father, but go to my brothers and say to them, I am ascending to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God." Mary Magdalene went and announced to the disciples, "I have seen the Lord," and that he had said these things to her. For those who believe in Jesus, for those who believe in the Most High God, this was the Son of Jesus who came to save the people from our sins. And I received three cards from the Divine Feminine to provide to the collective as messages. It's up to you whether you take the message or not. But here we have Adarine, mistress of the labyrinth. My soul knows the way, and the way out is through. Adeline is a symbol of the hope, the divine assistance, and the step-by-step process we can take to move through a difficult time, to confront an injustice in our life. She helps Theseus because he's daring to end a pattern of madness. He's willing to do whatever needs to be done to stop the injustice. She gives him the tools to create his desired outcome. He is successful because of her, and she assists him because he acts with courage. Her message is to our courage. is that our courage is always in some way rewarded. When we seek to end an unnecessary pattern or routine that is no longer serving us, even though we initially created it in the first effort to keep us safe, it can feel as unsurmountable as facing a horned part man, part beast that lives in a dark maze inside of us. Pure terror. But the soul always wants our freedom. The divine is what liberates, not confines. It might feel like you can't find your way out of this situation, this maze, but we can. We can trust the soul knows the way through, and that spiritual support is a given. Adeline wants us to be brave so that she can fall in love with our actions. She is both a goddess and a human. She gets our, she gets our fears, but she also knows just how much power we hold as well. Whatever situation you're facing, whatever challenges you are facing at this time, you are able to get out that maze. You are able to go back to your soul true self. We are all faced with darkness in our life. How do you face your challenges? Do you want to keep continuing on that pattern? Do you want to save yourself? Know that you are able to, know that you are strong enough. Go within. Go within. Trust in the divine plan that God has set for you. Mary, Mary of Nazareth, the Mother of God. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. You are able to rebirth yourself all over again. Let go of your sins. Speak your truth. Do not hide who you truly are. So Mary Magdalene, Mary, that's Mother of God, who is here to give a message to the collective as well. And her message is, I've always imagined that Mary was terrified to hear an angel loudly announcing that she was meant to be the Mother of God. Her surrender to Gabriel's words feels so courageous and too unacknowledged. Mary has no idea what she will have to meet with, what will be asked of her, or what this love for her son will put her through. She had no idea. She had no idea the challenges that she had to face, especially giving birth, being pregnant, and being a virgin, and telling the people. She overcame it with her courage, but she always said yes nonetheless so that she can be in service to the divine. She listened to the angel and she listened to God. Mary's acceptance of her role as being in the shadow of the Christian story, uncelebrated because she is seen as so divine, but she was human too. She could have said no. Her courage could have faltered, but she aligned with the light. She learned Gabriel's words, be not afraid, and allowed the divine story to work through her life. And she felt the joy, dedicated, dictate her response. Mary leads us to trust that we can say yes to what we feels light. It doesn't have to make sense or work with the timeline the ego has mapped out for us. In the midst of our ordinary everyday life, we can say yes to the angels who greet us in the peace, in the space of our heart, and let the energy of joy give birth to the divine through us. I am in service to the light within me. Be that light that is within you. Be that courageous, divine, beautiful soul that is ready to shine out. Don't let anything or anyone put fear in your heart. Know that you are blessed. I am blessed. My courage gives birth to the divine. Know that you are able to release again those burdens that's over and over and over patterned. That is just your ego being led to you by you're not going anywhere. But through God's plans, you are able to release, have courage, face your fears, speak your truth, and come into the light. Our Lady of Guadalupe is here, the Empress of Protection. I am safe and I divinely protected. Know that you are divinely protected. This is your male, female energy. It's the divine feminine within you that needs to be healed. Even I am held in love at all times. Know that you are loved. Know that you are protected at all times. No matter what you're going through, whatever you're facing, know that you are facing it with God the Most High, because He's testing your faith. He's testing to see how faithful you are to Him. Know that in order to receive the light, we got to see that light within our own self. Our Lady. Sorry, I'm looking for the page 30. They don't have numbers, so 30 may be significant. I just came in quickly to do this message. And I want to tell you a little bit about this. Our Lady of Guadalupe. Our Lady of Guadalupe is the embezzled emblem of the uniquely powerful protection of a mother's love. Her image is believed to have miraculously appeared within the tilma or cloak of Saint Juan Diego. She appears to him 4 times, the first of which was on December 9, 1531. She spoke to Juan in his native Nahoro language and asked him to build the church in her honor. They were standing on the Taipeca Hill outside Mexico City. The Spanish held the Spanish had recently destroyed a temple to the mother goddess Tunantin, an Aztec goddess of love. Juan Diego tried to convince the archbishop of the authenticity of the apparition, but to no avail. He asked Guadalupe to give him a sign that would help convince the archbishop of her identity. She appeared to Juan a final time and told him to collect the Castilian roses, not native in Mexico, that were in blossom at the top of the Tayec hill. He gathered the roses in his cloak, and then they fell before the archbishop. They could both see the emblem of Our Lady Guadalupe inscribed on the inside of his cloak. Her image on Juan Diego's cloak has become Mexico's most popular religious and cultural symbol. It hangs above the high altar of the Basilica of Guadalupe in Mexico City. The Basilica is the most visited Catholic pilgrimage site in the world and the world's third most visited sacred site. Its preservations and mysterious creations have been a fascination for scholars and art historians for centuries. It seems to be defying the laws of nature, both by not decaying the way of natural substances should, and by having been created in what seems to be one fell swoop rather than with multiple brush strokes. This is now infamous image is worn as a symbol of protection from banners in the army during the Mexican War for Independence and on the backs of migrant workers to shield them from being whipped, to modern t-shirts and tattoos to protect devout Catholics and gang members with the exceptional love of the divine feminine. Her message to the collective is, what is outside of us is also within us. Even if we have never experienced a mother's love, the true force of that loving protection exists within us. So we can give it to others. When St. Juan Diego was concerned that the archbishop would not believe him and was racing to meet Our Lady Guadalupe, she appeared suddenly and said, the most beloved phrase in the apparition story, a phrase that is ascribed on the entrance of her Basilica. No estoy yo aquí, que soy tu madre. Am I not here? I am your mother. The energy of a mother's love can travel to meet you anywhere, whether within the world or within your own heart. The message is that she is here. You are mothered, but the message is also to ask for what you need. Saint Diego asked Our Lady of Guadalupe for a sign that proved her identity and existence. She gave him her image embezzled inside his cloak, one that has been venerated and considered holy ever since because he asks for her assistance. We are ennobled with free will. The divine needs our request for assistance in order to assume the simplicity, the heart, and the humility of a child, and asks for a sign that she is here. We will be met with more love than we could imagine. And love is always the greatest and most powerful energy of protection. The soul voice meditation. Do I experience love of a divine mother within me? Your intentions. I am safe and divinely protected. I am held in love at all times. If you don't ask, you will never see the blessings that God has and the spiritual beings that are around us to help us on our path and our journey to the most divine light that is within us, each and every one of us. You have to find love within your own self and stop seeking love outside. The love that you seek, you have to first find it within you. Hold that inner child, that was hurt. Mother Isis is at the bottom of the deck, the goddess of magic. Sensual energy is sacred. Your sexual energy is very, very sacred. My pleasures is a prayer that brings me back to life. Giving out your energy fluently is taken away from you. So she has a message for you as well, which she is also a divine mother. The sexual energy that creates life can also be used to sustain it. It's significant that Isis brings Osiris back to life by making love to him. The metaphor is that by uniting life and death, body and soul, masculine and feminine, and heaven and earth, a rebirth or a resurrection occurs. The sexual energy that sex inspires exists within each of us all the time, latent and awaiting to be utilized to create more life. Often our own sexual energy and power is feared. Our left neglected or unacknowledged. It is a powerful sacred life force that Isis wants us to integrate more fully. It doesn't require a pattern to activate it. It only takes awareness that it exists and the remembering of our heart to our head, our body to our soul. It takes activating the energy of our root chakra and untying it with the crown chakra. just as above our heads. Isis is called for us to allow our sexuality to infuse and enhance all that we can, all that we say and do. She is the sacred reminder that sex is holy, and it makes it holy. And what makes it holy isn't marriage or a certain combination of male or and female or masculine and feminine. Sex is made sacred through presence, through our capacity to become fully embodied, fully one divine being within our own self. When you connect your divine feminine, your divine masculine energy, where you are balanced, when you find the light within yourself, and you bring yourself back to life. You rebirth your new self all over again. You release what no longer is at service to you. The connection to your heart, your mind, your body, your soul is what you're being called to do as a divine being that you are. Know your worth. Know who you are. Diana, Queen of the Wilderness, the language of natural world is a frequency of love. It's all about love. This is my mother's tongue. Diana was a warrior. 190. Maybe I should just... Diana represents the call to embody a more primal connection to the wildness that exists within. The goddess Diana was worshipped in the ancient Roman religion that originated in Italy. She is the daughter of Jupiter and Latana, born on the island of Delos with her twin brother, Apollo, god of the sun. The Temple of Diana in Rome dates back to the 6th century BCE. She is the protectress and patroness of the lower class and slaves who seek sanctuary in her temple. The temple to Diana in Ephesus also contributed to the Greek goddess Artemis, was considered one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. It took 220 years to build, and the magnificent statue of Diana covered in brass symbolizes her worship as a fertility goddess for women. Paul, in the Acts of the Apostle in the New Testament, mentions Diana's temple since her following was extensive and was seen as a threat to Christianity. The most famous place to worship Diana was in the sacred grove of oak trees on the shores of the Lake Nemi near Rome. Out in nature, connected to the earth and to the wild animals that roam freely across it. Here, she is the huntress with her golden bow and arrows. She is the independent, free-spirited goddess who communes with the moon. the natural world, and all those who cannot speak for themselves. She is here to help the collective. She's here to bring the light to where there is darkness. She was taken out by Christianity. They were threatened by her power. As Paul mentioned in the Apostle in the New Testament, Diana's temple, since her following was intensive, was seen as a threat to Christianity. What does that tell you? The power of the feminine energy and the power of those who didn't want her. Sometimes the answer is the temple, elemental need to just walk barefooted in the grass, or even better, the mud, Mother Earth, very healing. Sometimes we get so caught up in what's happening that we forget to just be. We forget that there is tremendous power surging up from the earth, wanting to take whatever energy is no longer serving us. Those ancient protectors and elders whose language comes with the help of the wind and the slow, soft caress that touches our cheeks. Answers sometimes need to come from the basic desire of the body to feel grounded on earth. Here on earth, Diana is associated with fertility, the phases of the moon, and the ability to communicate with animals. Of course, not with any human language, but with the frequency of love and intentions which animals perceive. If we open ourselves up to it, we can connect to the wisdom in the natural world, even if we live far from it. Even if we were deep in the heart of the busiest city, a sign on a bus, a logo on a t-shirt, or a card sometimes sends us may carry an image of an animal that wants to reach us. Or we may be visited by a possum on the fire escape, or a hawk on a window ledge. We don't have to be in the wilderness to access the wisdom of the natural world. The wilderness is within us. We are part of it. There is so much we can receive from the wondrous, the worldless life all around us. We just have to develop the heart that can hear it. I love you all. Let me see if there's one more message from, and then I'm going to end it. This last message comes from Fatima, the mother of Eons. Love is my lineage, and gratitude is my religion. So there's love in all cultures, in all religions. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the color of your skin. It doesn't matter the religion that you are in, your belief system. What matters is your connection with the Most High and the love and your intentions that you put out. Fatima. Fatima is here to give a message to the collective. Fatima embodies the love and fulfillment that comes from living in a state of gratitude. Fatima bint Muhammad was born in the early 7th century and is the only child of Khadija and the Prophet Muhammad to live into adulthood. She is associated with the title, the mother of her father, because she cared for Muhammad after her mother died. She is an object of veneration, love, and respect for all Muslim because she supported her father through all of his difficulties. She was devoted. She was a devoted wife and a mother of 2 sons and 2 daughters. Her descendants are spread throughout the Islamic world. To the Shiites, she is particularly significant because she was married to Ali, the Prophet Muhammad's cousin. Ali considered the Shiites to be legitimate heir to Muhammad's teaching. Fatima, many children are considered then the rightful inheritors of Islam. An imam is a leader of the Islamic faith, and Fatima is considered to be the mother of imams because of the love and gratitude that she gave to her family. There are many stories about her devotion and the unfaltering love she provided in order to protect them. She failed to defend what was sacred to her. It is said that Fatima stood up to Muhammad's successors, Abu Bakr, because she didn't feel that he was honoring her father's legacy in the way that he had hoped. She lived in great stability because she knew that her love for her family gave her a solid foundation, identity, and clarity of purpose. Her message is, we can get caught up in the ego's idea of who we need to become or what we need to achieve. Fatima is the grace that sweeps through the seemingly complex lives and reminds us of what solid earth to the soul. Family, even if family means a few beloved friends. What matters most is the love and the gratitude we bring to those who are there for us, and the love and the gratitude we feel when they show up for us. Nurturing, protecting, and taking care of the ones we love is a sacred occupation. My great-grandmother, Big Margie, advised me that if I ever had children, I needed to make sure I got paid for it. The idea was foreign. Big Margie believed that women should have wage for the time they spent raising children so that their work would be valued. The role of a housewife or a stay-at-home mom is sacred if it's consciously chosen. It is a profound contribution to raise and reconstitute the world. There is a legacy of love that can be inherited by the family from which undivided attention and presence. Fatima restores the significance and importance to be the spiritual path of motherhood. Fatima is also called to step back, take a deep breath, and take inventory of how much you can be grateful for right now in this moment. She releases you from unreal expectations of yourself. Fatima helps you see again the vital role the nurturer provides. She offers the perceptive that says love is the family we all belong to, and gratitude is the state of wealth we get to live in. What am I most grateful for in this moment? What are you most grateful for in this moment? Intentions. Love is my lineage, and gratitude is my religion. Be grateful for the things that are currently in your past, for the things that you have that you don't have. Just be grateful for the life that you are living at this moment. For the people that love you and care for you, truly, unconditionally. But you find that love deeply within yourself, and that love will be would be brought back to you. Whatever you put out, you will receive. I thank you all for this message. I am going to end this live. I didn't come here to be here for a very long time, but I may draw a card. Here we go. Freedom. The saint. This is Mira Bai. These divine feminine energies come in all cultures. All cultures. But they come with love. They come with unconditional love. They don't judge. The saint of true freedom. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. Love is what sets you free. You marry your own soul. And her message to the collective is, I'm going to read you about her first, who I think is very important. Myra Bai, I don't know if I'm saying it right, please forgive me, embodies a love that lets us do what's right for your own lives, no matter what others might think. Myra Bai, or Mira, is a bhakti poet and mystic from Rajasthan in India. She was born a princess in the late 15th century. She unwillingly married Bahoji Raja, the crown prince of Mewar, in 1516. But she was considered Krishna to be her husband. Legend says that her husband's family tried to kill her several times by defying the social custom and expectations of a wife. But in these legends, Mira Bai's love for Krishna would miraculously save her. She wears the Krishna tilaka, the forehead's marking, as a sign of her devotion to him. Northern India in the 16th century was besieged by violent battles between Hindus and Muslims. Mirabai's husband, father, and father-in-law all died in the war with her Islamic army of Babu Baybar, the founder of the Mughal Empire. Mirabai refused to join her husband on his funeral pyre and again defied social and cultural expectations. She became the center poet saint of the Bhakti movement during this difficult period in India's history. The Bhakti movement is a spiritual path focused on the cultivation of a personal love for the divine. It's a devotional form of worship that believes anyone can have direct access to the divine regardless of sex, caste, or religion. Mirabai became the symbol of people suffering under the caste system and the persecution that ensued if anyone tried to defy social and political standing. Just like where it's going on now for those who are standing up for their divine father, for their belief. They're being persecuted because of their belief. It's still going on. Mirabai's poems are lyrical padas, or love songs using metric verses, and they are widely known and cherished because they relate an unultimate freedom that Mirabai lived out in her love for Krishna. When your soul selects her card, often without even realizing it, we make choices based on external expectations. How we think other people will perceive our actions. People are always worried what other people are going to say. It doesn't matter. What matters is what you feel, what you believe. Mirabai is about doing what's right for you and not no one else. Ultimately, only you can know what needs to be done or said. You have this one belief life. You have this one brief life, and every second of it matters. Mirabai is about standing up for what you know is right for even if others will judge you for it. It doesn't matter what other people say. What is their judgment on you? What is it within you that's more important? You do not seek outside of people's approval. You're not making yourself happy by doing this. You are releasing your power to other beings and not giving that power to yourself. The fear of being persecuted can convince us not to be true to who we really are. There is a love, though, that's far larger than human constructs and cultural values. Love isn't ethical. Love isn't bound by any idea of what's socially acceptable. Love is what sets us free from the expectations that bind us. Love is whatever way it finds us, asks us to stay loyal to our own soul. Any outside forces or persons who ask us to be betrayed, for us to betray our own intimate relationship with the divine, isn't acting out of love. For Mira, her true husband wasn't the one she was married to. the love that made her brave, the love that inspired her every poem and action was a divine love for Krishna. God, the divine love, the Father, the creator of all. It doesn't matter what you call him. So the law that bound her to the strict expectations of being a wife didn't actually apply to her. Love asks us to look at what really matters to us and what we truly value. And love asks us to bravely defy expectations in order to be true to ourselves. Love wants us to marry our own soul. What holds you back from expressing your truth? Love is what sets you free. I am married to my own soul. Don't bow down to anything outside of yourself. Do not give your power, your desires, your truth, your to something that you're honestly doesn't matter to you. You need to go in within your heart. What is your desires? Nobody outside of you is of importance. They're not living your life. You live in your own life. They could say whatever they want to say. They crucified God's son because he believed in the creator, and he came to give us the message that God does exist, but you have to go within. You have to go within. Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. I choose to feel abundant. Wealth is an inside job. It's within you. Everything, all these energies that have came out, everything is within you. Nothing outside of you should have that power. You are more powerful within your own self. You give power away. Don't give your power away. Lakshmi is here. And her story is, for those who don't know, the goddess of abundance. Her name is Lakshmi, Hindu goddess. Doesn't matter. We are all, it doesn't matter the culture again. Doesn't matter. A free spirited is able to be open and receive to knowledge, wisdom, education from all cultures, and not condemn them for their beliefs. Lakshmi personifies the splendor and affluence that arise when we align our actions and what our soul's desires for us. You never knew who you was in a past life. You may have been one of these goddesses or have ancestors from these different cultures. We came to learn lessons from each and every one and to heal from those negative programmings. Reverence from the Hindu goddess Lakshmi dates back to the first millennium BCE. She is known as the goddess of wealth, fortune, and prosperity. Her name is derived from Sanskrit root lak and lakasa, meaning to know, understand, and to have a goal. She is the wife of the Hindu god Vishnu and has many festivals that are celebrated in her honor. In the ancient Indic epic Ramayana, Lakshmi is said to have miraculously sprung from the foam of an ocean of milk churned by the gods. Lakshmi is often pictured in her iconography holding the lotus. This is the symbol of the fact that the great beauty arises from the dark richness of the earth under any circumstances. It comes from the dirt, it comes from the ground, it comes from darkness, the light. You come from darkness to get to the light. Sorry, I lost my spot. Uh, all that's needed is the auspicious or divine timing for the lotus to come into blossom. Her essence then is about understanding the goal in life, to realize the abundance of the soul. When your soul selects her card, abundance looks different to each of us. Some people have incalculable material wealth but are bereft of a sense of purpose or a great vision for their life, and so are left feeling lost. While others are considered poor in financial wealth but walk around radiating love and the kind of light that has an inestimable, in, ex, uh, estimatable worth. Sorry, Lakshmi is the auspiciousness that begins to blossom in our life when we align our own action with the work of our soul has come here to do. Lakshmi reminds us to be the ultimate goal, which is not making money, but being able to know our true bliss. What makes us feel lit up like a glow stick while we're doing it. What works doesn't feel like work at all. Lakshmi is a wink to find what vocation that bliss so that is within us comes into full bloom through something we can do and show the world. Lakshmi represents both the gold we hold in our hands and the gold we can become by doing the work that feeds our soul. She reminds She's the reminder that true abundance doesn't come from the bank statement. It comes from a state of mind we enter when we know we are contributing great worth to the world in the effort of becoming more love. Love within yourself, coming out the darkness and into the light. Loving yourself unconditionally, loving yourself enough to free yourself from all bondage, from all limited belief systems, freeing yourself from your own mental oppressed ways, releasing, going back to the divine is what the divine feminine energy that's within you wants to bring out of you, wants you to connect to. Stop listening to outside forces that is not at service to you. Be a forgiving and having compassionate for those that have hurt you. We have I think it's Japanese. It's 2 cards here. Oh, 2 cards. Wow, they were both together. Japanese. My Ching Labdrong, the diamond-hearted Dakini. I see the light in my own darkness. Again, it's the same. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. This is another, seems like a god, a goddess. I don't know. It's the first time I seen this card. And the message I'm going to give you. The Tibetan Buddhists believe in Yeshe Tosogal was reborn as Manching Labdron, and that both were incarnations of the female Buddha Bharat Gojini. Maji mother had an auspicious dream right before giving birth. 7 Dakinis poured water over her body, blessing her, purifying her, and the prophetically relating that the little girl would also be a Dakini. As a young woman, Manji made a living by reading the Paramita Sutra. Trying my best here. Or even the Heart Sutra, which is the most beloved wisdom text in Mahayana Buddhism. People consider it a great blessing to have it read in their homes. After leaving a monastic order, Maji married and lived what is referred to as the red and white essence, the mystical union. She practiced tantric union with her husband while raising a family together. Her son became one of the greatest successors. Majin developed a tantric Buddhist practice in Chat. These teachings were the first Buddhist teachings to emerge in Tibet. Chat is referred to as the cutting off rituals. A demon, according to Majin, is anything that obstructs the achievement of freedom. Demons are ego beliefs, not scary, hairy beasts, but inner barriers that keeps us from realizing the nature of reality. Chat practitioners visualize their demons and then mentally cut off parts of their own body as an offering to the demon. Maching holds a traditional Tibetan Chat drum, a dumaru in one hand and a bell in the other. Majin, like Yeshe Tasaga, lived until she was 99. And according to the Tibetan Buddhists, she reincarnated as Lama Tsotrung Aloni, an American Buddhist teacher. Aloni explains in her book, Feeding Your Demons, That chart is a method of bringing your shadows into consciousness and assessing the treasures it holds rather than repressing it. This powerful, unbroken lineage of female transmissions reveal to us that enlightenment is about making the darkness conscious. It's coming from the darkness into the light. It's not, it's our own shadows. It's things that we need to release within ourselves that holds us back. When your soul selects this card, Manjin perspective is an enlightenment female. She knew the difference between a god and a demon, and a demon had to do with her reaction to them. Those who cause us pain, she explained, also teaches us patience, whereas those who brings gift can distract us from our spiritual path. No one and no single situation has the power to derail us. That is unless we let it. You have the power. The power rests within us. You give these dark energies right to come into your energy. That's you. Nobody else. The spiritual path of Manjin was to become intimate with her inner demons, those thoughts or beliefs that kept her from experiencing joy, bliss, and pure love. The darkness within us isn't actually dark. It often feels threatening because some aspect of our intuition knows that when we face it, we will reclaim a lost part of our soul. And what ironically can be terrifying. We get so used to functioning with only one thing, one wing. We wonder, how can I fly now with two? I'll go too far, too high. Who will I become now that I am free? And who will I lose in the elevation of my soul? Manjin is here to support us in seeing what's ready to come to consciousness. She's here with her diamond heart to hold us as we feed one of our demons, not with fear, but with the acknowledge that brings it to life and into the light will help set us free. Is there an ego belief that I am ready to see and release within me? I feel the light in my own darkness. I face my ego beliefs to feel free. Free yourself from your own darkness. Free yourself from your own shadows. Embrace those dark entities that you have within you and thank them for the lessons that they have taught you. Release them with love. They only allow, you only allow them to come into your life because you're scared to face them. But know that you are able to face whatever you need to face in your life with love and set it free. And you set yourself free. I love you all. That's all I have for today. Maybe later on I'll be back for a message. I just needed to get this out today. I love you. Have a good afternoon. And I'll talk to you later. Please don't forget to share, like, and subscribe to my channel. And if you care to donate to my channel, it's $BELIVE 201. And I humbly ask for your help at this time. I am out of my sources, and I hope that somebody will help. Thank you so much. Namaste.